2018 GMC Sierra 3500 HD review. Comfortable and capable, the heavy-duty 2018 Sierra 3500 HD handles the most significant jobs in vogue. All heavy-duty trucks are made to handle rigorous towing and hauling needs, specifically professionals in construction and agriculture trades. But they also be convenient for intrepid trailer travelers and the ones with a fondness for destroyer-class watercraft. The 2018 GMC Sierra 3500 HD, however, adds another layer of comfort and luxury to every one of these utility tasks, and it also does so with rugged exterior design and cabin comforts you are more likely to see in high-end SUVs. If you desire to take pleasure and comfort while breaking a sweat, this can be the truck. Available with two powerful engines along with several cab configurations, the 3500 HD might be tailored to suit your priorities, whether interior space, cargo room or maximum towing capacity. The optional diesel engine generates 910 pound-feet of torque, in regards to a third product a 60-ton Abrams tank engine produces, so there isn't much beyond its capabilities before entering the arena of commercial freight hauling. Ford and Ram also make robust, luxury trim pickups for extreme towing duties, but you will probably find the 2018 GMC Sierra 3500 HD equally appealing. What's new? For 2018, the GMC Sierra 3500 HD turns into a standard rear-view camera. Base models experience an upgraded infotainment system having a 7-inch touch screen, Bluetooth, and voice controls for audio and speak-to. Denali models come with a new grille design. The SLT splits the main difference between the two more work-focused lower trims as well as the decadent Denali trim. It offers leather upholstery, power-adjustable pedals, along with an assortment of standard and optional features and packages, including specialized suspension components. And when preloaded with the optional 6.6-litre turbodiesel V8 engine, there is not much the Sierra 3500 HD can't tow. Trim levels and features. The 2018 GMC Sierra 3500 HD heavy-duty vehicle is available in 4 trim levels and 3 cab sizes, regular cab, double cab and the crew cab. All are provided by 2- or 4-wheel drive plus in either single rear-wheel SRW or dual rear-wheel DRW, or dual-E configuration. All 3500 Sierras come having a long bed 8 feet 1 inch except the crew cab, which in single rear-wheel form supplies a choice of long bed or shorter standard bed 6 feet 6 inches. For buyers enthusiastic about a basic heavy-duty truck, the bed's base Sierra comes standard having a 6.0-litre V8 engine 360 horsepower and 380 pound-feet. A 6-speed automatic transmission, 18-inch steel wheels, an automated locking rear differential, xenon headlights, AC, a range of cloth or vinyl upholstery, a 402/040 split front bench having a fold-down center armrest, power door locks, manual crank windows, cruise control along with a tilt and e-tire. Also standard can be a rear-view camera, Bluetooth, a 7-inch touch screen, a USB port, a 4 regular cab or 6-speaker subwoofer, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration. From the bottom Sierra on up, you might also need your selection of engine. A turbocharged 6.6-litre diesel V8 445 horsepower and 910 lb-ft can be obtained, also paired into a 6-speed automatic transmission. Many options available for the bottom Sierra. Highlights add a remote locking tailgate, LED bed lighting, a 110-volt power outlet, satellite radio, and OnStar services with 4G LTE Wi-Fi. For a somewhat less bare-bones experience, the SLE provides an 8-inch touch screen, 18-inch alloy wheels, single-ear wheel models only, tinted rear windows, a remote locking EZ lift tailgate, remote keyless entry, carpeted floor, a 6040 split folding rear seat, full power accessories, a leather-wrapped leader, a CD player, satellite and HD radio, and the majority of the bed space Sierra's options. Further to more advanced skills is our recommendation, the SLT. Building for the SLE's equipment, the SLT adds fog lights, power folding mirrors, dual-zone automatic climate control, leather upholstery, power adjustable and heated front seats, driver seat memory settings, power adjustable pedals, a tilt-handless coping leader, an auto-dimming rear view mirror, remote ignition, as well as a 110-volt household-style power outlet. For a lavish take on your hard-working truck, select the Deanly. It adds a spray-in bed liner, a power-sliding rear window with defogger, back and front parking sensors, a navigation system, wireless phone charging, a Bose sound system, an aftermarket driver information display, upgraded interior trim, ventilated front seats plus a heated leader. Many in the standard features on upper trims is usually added at lower trim levels in grouped packages. Other optional highlights depend upon trim level and will include different axle ratios, a bed storage box, truck bed covers, trailering mirrors, a sunroof, a gooseneck fifth wheel trailering prep package, a rear seat entertainment system, along with a driver alert package, which includes front and back parking sensors, lane departure warning, forward collision warning and also a safety alert driver's seat. Only available about the SLT could be the all-terrain HD package, consisting of 18-inch wheels, the ZS71 off-road suspension, skid plates, front and rear parking sensors along with a heated leader. A separate suspension package available for the SLE and also the SLT offers hill descent control, skid plates, specially tuned shock absorbers and unique styling treatments. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically also comes in multiple versions which might be fundamentally similar. The S with this review derived from our full test from the Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD 6.6-litre turbodiesel V8, 6-speed automatic, 4WD. The Silverado and Sierra are mechanical twins, however the GMC features more upscale interior quality and appointments. Our observations still apply. Driving. The optional 6.6-litre turbodiesel is undoubtedly an impressive engine, giving the 3500 HD big towing numbers and impressive acceleration. Steering and braking are less impressive, but objectively this truck performs well by most standards that matter to truck buyers. Acceleration. The 6.6-litre diesel makes massive torque and over-sufficient power, which have a surge of acceleration over line. Surprisingly, it is from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a mere 7.7 seconds. In town acceleration might be more reserved, but there is however still a good amount of power to get out of bed to freeway speed. Braking. The brake pedal feel is strong and consistent in everything in addition to full panic stop scenarios. During testing, we had been able to press the pedal all the way to a floor, and that is far from ideal. A 600 miles per hour panic stop required 132 feet, about average on this class. Steering. The steering is well weighted, but it really takes several full revolutions of the controls to turn this rig. There isn't a great deal of connection between steering wheel plus the tires, but that didn't factor too heavily into our score as most vehicles in this particular class feel similar. Handling. The wonder is how this gargantuan vehicle takes turns. There's minimal body roll around corners unless you want way too fast. In parking lots and tight spaces, it maneuvers good enough for a dual rear wheel setup, but this won't become your grocery jetter. Driveability. The low-end torque gives lots of line acceleration and shifts in the 6-speed automatic are smooth even under full throttle acceleration. The cruise control along with the exhaust brake keep a good handle for the 3,500's downhill speed. Out within the open country, that is a very drivable truck. Comfort. Overall comfort is not the Sierra 3500's strong suit. Trucks within the size range aren't exactly bastions of comfort, but this place is particularly rough for the senses that has a combo of stiff seats, a great deal of wind noise plus a rigid suspension. A big payload, however, settles things down a great deal. Seat comfort. The front seats are very padded and well bolstered within the sides for lateral support, as the rear seats are relatively flat. The seat padding both in the front and back is overly firm, though, and can take some serious braking directly in to get comfortable. Ride comfort. The stiff leaf spring suspension means the 3500 HD features a rigid, uncomfortable ride when unladen. Load it up that has a heavy payload or even a big trailer, though, as well as the ride quality is really a lot better. We're giving these more weight because we assume a dually is unlikely to be an air hauler. Noise and vibration. While there's not as much road noise as you'd expect on the dual rear wheels, there's quite a little of wind noise through the square front end and big mirrors. The diesel engine rumbles a tad, too. Nonetheless, it isn't particularly G or abrasive, and yes, it's relatively smooth while cruising around the highway. Climate control. The Silverado's climate system cools this big cabin quickly. The climate control knobs and vents are simple to control, in spite of gloves on, as well as the fan blows pretty quietly even at full blast. The heated split front seats can be a great feature. Interior. The interior is likable and user-friendly. Hop in and you may operate the vast majority of controls without busting the manual. It features an on-and-sense vibe that is not necessarily a bad thing with this segment. Is beneficial. The dashboard is concerning as basic and user-friendly because they come. The buttons are large and watchable, within arm's reach as well as simple to operate. The solid switchgear plays a part in ease people getting and jetting out. The proper grab handles and side steps assist with entry, however it's still a tall truck. Most adults have to do some climbing to go into. Keep in mind that this really is pretty standard for that segment. It's not any harder to go into and out from the Sierra than any one of its main rivals. Driving position. The optional power adjustable pedals, a tilt-handless coping steering wheel along with a highly adjustable driver's seat mean you'll be able to pretty much receive the position you would like. As with most trucks this big, seating position may be somewhat high for shorter drivers, nonetheless it isn't a deal breaker. Roominess. Pick any seating position inside the 3500 HD and you may have a good amount of room to splotch out. Headroom, legroom, shoulder room are extensive inside this massive cabin. Pretty much every crew cab 3500 series truck provides a lot of space, and also the GMC isn't exception. Visibility. The massive windshield and door pillars provide the 3500 big blind spots. The large towing mirrors assistance with lane changes, but knowing where this truck's corners might be tough. A rear view camera is standard, but competitors offer surround view cameras and also the GMC doesn't. Quality. The body panels and interior pieces are very put together, without the rattling, shaking or malfunctioning during our test. Utility. By most standards, the 3500 HD certainly is utilitarian. It can tow and haul massive loads, also it has abundant interior storage. However, Offerings from Ford and Ram outclass it by basically every measurement. Plus in the arms race, which is towing capacity, it falls behind using a few tons. Small item storage. Tons of pockets everywhere, doors, center console, 2 glove boxes. The front and back of pockets everywhere. If you were able to get a place for your stuff in this particular truck, you've just got too much stuff. Some competitors have smarter slight storage solutions for phones and devices, but only with a small margin. Cargo space. As with essentially every other heavy-duty truck, the Sierra 3500 HD is available, which has a standard bed 6 feet 6 inches plus a long bed 8 feet 1. Our test truck had the long bed, which allows for the massive amount of cargo space. The rear seats collapse for big interior storage at the same time. Child safety seat accommodation. The 3500 can fit 3 car seats within the back without much fuss. There are 2 teams of easily accessible lower latch anchors and 3 shelf anchors that really are a bit harder to succeed in. The trick, obviously, is hoisting the youngsters up within their high perches. Technology. Using the Mylink interface is actually simple, but there were several usability problems with our test vehicle. The finicky voice controls and sub-per-device integration made for just a first buyer experience. Audio and navigation. The menu logic for the Mylink product is easy to understand, nevertheless it's not essentially the most elegant from the class. The touchscreen responses are slower as compared to class leaders. While we just like the optional 8-inch touchscreen, it does not stand out much from rival systems. Smartphone integration. Our exposure to smartphone devices was poor, with lots of dropped connections over the course with the test. We generally much like the interface if it's working, but even so it takes a lot of time to load music. It's best to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Voice control. Several tries to use the Silverado's built-in voice controls fell short. That has a success rate approximately 50%. It was easier to utilize physical knobs and touchscreen controls. That said, Siri and Google Voice may be accessed if you have paired your smartphone by holding the talk button longer.